G'day everybody, it's Kim from Kim's Homestead here in Victoria, Australia. And I'd like to bring you all along for another week in my 3-month pantry challenge. Now, if you like these videos, please think about giving me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever you like. That would be really appreciated. It helps my channel out tremendously. Anyway, I'll bring you along while we make some recipes and just see what we have in a normal week on a pantry challenge. Anyway, I'll catch you at the end of this video. Bye. Hello everybody, week 10 begins of the pantry challenge. Welcome to my channel. I'm Kim from Kim's Homestead, and tonight I'm just going to be making a sausage and some vegetable melody that I've taken out of the garden tonight. So, no, you're not going outside, you've had all day. Sorry, but my little pussycat has slept inside all day and now she's decided it's night time, it's time to go out and play. She's got another thing coming. So, here we go with the vegetable melody, and here we have some nice parsnip. Nice and sweet now, it's been frosted a few times. In this little pot I have potato, some nice young turnips that I dug up, and here I'm putting in a nice young parsnip. There we go. And this pot here, I have some kale that I picked from the garden. It's all been thoroughly washed, and I will put this on the stove as well. This one is I think it's the purple Russian kale. And I've also got my very first head, not a very big one, I know, of broccoli. So that will be going in as well. Don't throw away this part, guys, because it is usually just as beautiful and tender as the head part. So it will go in there. And a few more of these. There we go. And that leaves just that little bit there for the chookies tomorrow. Maybe some worms as well. To this I'll add, cover it with water and add probably 1/2 to 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to fry the sausages tonight. So I will bring you along when it's time to dish up. So here we are, straight off the stove top. Here's our sausage. A boiled potato and other veg. There's parsnips and turnips and what have you. And some greens. Here we go. That's it for Monday night's tea. So I'll follow this up with maybe a little of the apple pie that I had last night. And that's it for Monday night. Thanks guys. And tonight for tea, I'm going to be making a chicken pot pie using my home canned chicken, or ugly chicken as people call it. This is just a little ceramic square casserole dish. I'm going to be using the Lion pastry mix, and here I have a cup of frozen peas, frozen corn and frozen onion. And of course I'll be thickening that with either a little bit of chicken gravy mix, or if I don't have any, then it'll just be corn flour and using the water from the chicken. So I'll bring you along for the cooking and the serving up. Here we have our packet of Lion mixture. Now I'm not going to be making a sweet one this time, so therefore I won't be adding any sugar. And it doesn't matter if there's more crust, because I'll just parcel it up and put it in the fridge for something else later on. Just getting out some of those lumps. There we go. Now here I have a cup of water. Okay, I probably used a little bit too much water there, but that's fine. Here I have my non-stick mat and a little bit of plain flour. Because it's a bit sticky, I'll put down a reasonable amount of flour and give it a bit of a kneading. Okay, that's pretty good. What I'll do now is I'll pop it in the fridge for about 10 minutes, let it rest. And then I'll roll it out, ready for our pie dish. I'll turn the stove on. Put it on to about medium high. Now I've opened the jar of chicken and I'll just pour off most of the water. Yeah. Just break it up a little bit in the jar. And put it into the pan. Okay, now I'm going to pour the water back and put about a teaspoon of gravy mix in there. A heaped teaspoon. We'll see how that goes. And just give it a shake. I think it might be still a bit runny. So, put a little bit more in, maybe another teaspoon. There we go, that should be plenty. Don't want it too thick. Now of course that won't thicken up until it actually goes on the heat, so. Yep, that'll be good. We'll just brown this chicken just a little bit. Have movement at the station here, guys. In the meantime, I've turned my oven on and I've got it preheating on 180, 190 degrees Celsius in a fan forced oven. Just got to be careful it doesn't burn at this stage. So I usually just move it around a little bit, make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. Okay, it's starting to stick a little bit now. I don't want it to burn. But I do want it to get just a little bit brown to get that umami taste. Okay. Now I'll add the vegetables. There's a fair bit of water in these vegetables, so they should help set up and make a nice sauce. Especially the onion. Now that stickage to the bottom of the pot, see how it's just sticking and it's slightly brown? That's what you want. And with all this water, it will lift off beautifully, and that flavour will go all the way through. Right, what I'll do is I'll turn it down a little bit and I'll put the lid on, and that will help sweat the vegetables and the onion, thawing it out a lot quicker, but also releasing all that frozen water and helping to create a sauce. So in the meantime, we will roll out the dough and set up our pie. Well, here's our pastry. I've just popped it in a plastic bag. Now I don't need that much dough. So I'm going to cut it into at least half. Yeah, actually I'll cut it a little bit less than half. I want a little bit of dough for the top as well. I don't want a real thick dough. So this one I shall put back in the bowl for a moment, cover it with plastic. More than enough. So we'll just grease our little pie pan. Normally for this I would use butter, but I didn't thaw out any butter today, so I'm just going to be using the spray. There we go. Now, as we did with the apple pie, Just lift and push all the way round. Tuck it all the way in there. Now I've got to allow a little bit for shrinkage, so I'm only going to be cutting off like real big excess. There we go. See how I've left a fairly good overhang on that? And that's because I'm allowing for shrinkage of the pastry. And there's probably a bit too much on this side. Don't throw this out. Okay, now we'll go back over to the stove and finish off our filling. Okay, so that's starting to look pretty good. Now we'll add our gravy. And probably a little bit more water, I think. Give the jar a shake. There we go. And we'll just let that slowly cook away. And we'll get up any more of that residue from in the bottom. In the meantime, the gravy is going to be thickening all that juice. Now I think we'll do an initial taste test. It's very nice. Very nice. It needs a little bit of something though. Maybe a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay. A little bit of pepper. And here I've got some Hoyt's mixed herbs. And here's a little bit of my garlic mix. I won't put in much because it's pretty strong stuff. I usually tend to overdo it. Okay, have a little taste test again. Very nice. Yep, don't want any more garlic. That small amount was enough. That's how strong it is, and I like a lot of garlic. Okay, we only need to cook the sauce down now. We don't want it too saucy in the pie because otherwise all we need to do with that is to pretty much cook the pastry in the pie. So we don't want it too wet. That's pretty good. I'm going to call that done. Now I'll just turn that off for now. And now we'll go back over to the bench where our casserole dish is, and we'll put this in that. So here we are. Now I'm not going to put that in here right now. Remember this little bit? We're going to roll it out and we'll see how much we've got, whether I make rolled strips or maybe a cap. So where's our flour? Okay. It's going to go pretty close to having a cap. That'll do. Right. Now, we just spoon this into here. Ooh, that's heavy. Yep, looking good. Now we'll roll our cap on. Like a glove. Now, once again, we're going to do the tuck and squeeze all the way around. That way it won't shrink as much. Now don't forget your vent holes, very, very important. Otherwise it's going to break out and bubble everywhere. So let's do some chicken feet. There we go. How is that? Looking good. So now I'll put it into the oven and it will be there for probably about 25, maybe 30 minutes. So I will catch you back then. So our pie is ready. Heat out. Oh yes. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? this is going to be hot getting it out, I'm sure. And there we go. That is beautiful. There we go. Chicken pot pie. Very, very nice. Very easy to make. Really great on a nice cold night, especially in stormy weather or raining weather. Really heat you up from the inside out. So easy to make with just a few bits and pieces from the pantry. And I will most likely be eating this for the next couple of nights. So I won't have a video out for the next couple of nights until I'm cooking again. So in the meantime, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, doesn't matter. It all helps my channel and I really appreciate it. Alright, have a good one guys. Catch you later.